Most guys get this wrong. They think that if a woman likes them, she'll just come out and make it obvious. But the truth? More often than not, when a woman is actually attracted to you, she'll hide it. Sounds backwards, right? But that's how female psychology works. Women are emotional, yes, but they're also strategic when it comes to attraction. She may like you, but instead of showing it openly, she'll hold back, test you, or even act like she's not interested at all. And if you don't know how to read those signals, you'll miss your shot without ever realizing it. Why do women do this? Simple. Self-protection. They don't want to look desperate, lose their leverage, or risk rejection. Think about it. Men usually chase, women usually position. That means her interest often shows up in subtle shifts in her behavior, not in loud declarations. The problem is, most men misread these signals. They either assume she's just being nice, or they think she's not into them and back off. Meanwhile, she's waiting for you to pick up on the quiet little clues she's dropping. Here's the blunt truth. If you can't recognize those hidden signs, women will always seem confusing. But once you learn how they really operate, it's like turning on a light switch. You'll see her behavior clearly, even when she's trying to hide her attraction. And that awareness gives you an advantage most men never figure out. So, in this video, we're breaking down the real signs a woman likes you but won't admit it. Not the cliche stuff like she laughs at your jokes, but the subtle psychological tells she can't control. Let's start with one of the most overlooked signals. She gets nervous around you, but tries to play it cool. Here's where most men mess up. They think nervousness means she's uncomfortable or not interested. In reality, when a woman is into you, her emotions spike. Her body reacts before her mind can cover it up. That's when you'll notice the small giveaways. She plays with her hair, fidgets with her phone, or adjusts her clothes the moment you walk in. Those aren't random habits. They're unconscious signs of attraction. They're subtle, subconscious behaviours that surface when she's aware of your presence. She doesn't want to mess up how she looks in front of you. But here's the catch. While she's nervous, she'll also try to mask that nervousness by acting casual. She won't want you to notice right away, because that would make her feel exposed. So, what happens? She might hold eye contact for a second, then look away quickly. Or she'll speak in a slightly colder tone, just to cover the fact that she's actually excited you're there. If you don't understand this, you'll misread it as disinterest, when in reality, it's the complete opposite. Pay close attention to her voice. A woman's tone often betrays her feelings. When she likes you but doesn't want you to know, it shifts. Sometimes softer, sometimes a little higher pitched. This isn't planned. It's emotion leaking through. Compare how she speaks to you with how she talks to other men. You'll notice the difference. Now, watch her body language, especially in group settings. If you walk in and suddenly she sits up straighter, adjusts her clothes, or changes her posture, that's not random. That's her becoming hyper-aware of how she's presenting herself around you. Here's where most men fail. They either overlook these signals, or they react the wrong way by calling her out. Saying something like, "Why are you nervous?" will instantly shut her down because you've exposed what she wanted to keep hidden. The right move? Stay calm. Stay grounded. Let her be a little nervous. It's actually a compliment. It means she cares about how you see her. Think of it like this. Her nervousness isn't weakness, it's proof that your presence matters. Women don't get nervous around men they feel nothing for. If she's calm, casual, and completely unbothered, chances are you're just another guy. But when she tries to act unaffected, while her little habits tell a different story, that's when you've already left a mark. So the next time you notice her fidgeting, shifting her tone, or seeming overly aware of herself, don't mistake it for rejection. That's attraction, just wearing a disguise. And if you stay grounded, you give her space to let it show more over time. 2. Her eyes say more than her words. A woman can control her words. She can control her tone. She can even control her attitude. But her eyes, they almost never lie. When she likes you but doesn't want to admit it, her eyes will betray the truth her mouth is hiding. Let's start with eye contact. Normally, people look for a few seconds before glancing away. But when she's into you, it feels different. Sometimes she'll hold your gaze longer than normal, like she wants that silent connection. Other times, she'll break it too quickly, because it feels too vulnerable. Either way, the difference is noticeable. If she looks at you, then snaps her eyes away with a small smile, or pretends nothing happened, that's her feelings slipping through before she locks them back inside. Here's another giveaway. In a group setting, notice where her eyes go when she's not speaking. If she keeps scanning the room but always lands back on you, that's attraction. Women check on the man they like, even when they're pretending not to. And then there's the lingering glance. That tiny moment when she looks at you just a beat longer than necessary. Not an accident. Sometimes she might even glance at your mouth while you're talking. That's not random. That's her subconscious, revealing her desire, long before her words ever will. Another powerful sign is in her eyes. Watch what happens when you catch her staring. If she instantly looks away, pretends to be busy, or suddenly checks her phone. That's not coincidence. That's her trying to hide the fact she got caught. A woman who feels nothing for you won't care if you notice her looking. She'll hold your gaze without hesitation. But one who's attracted, she'll act guilty, like you just uncovered a secret. Pay attention when you talk to her too. Do her pupils widen? Do her eyes light up even when her words stay neutral? These are subconscious signs of interest she can't fake. If her eyes are smiling, even while she pretends to stay cool, believe the eyes, not the words. Most men miss this because they focus only on what women say. But women are skilled at using words to mask how they feel. Their eyes, however, are much harder to disguise. Here's the truth. If her mouth says, just friends, but her gaze keeps searching for you, her attraction is already there. She may not want you to know yet, but her eyes have already betrayed her. Now, let's talk about body language, the next layer of hidden attraction. A woman's body will always reveal her feelings before her words do. Even if she's trying to hide it, her physical cues slip out unconsciously. One of the biggest giveaways is her positioning. If she consistently angles her body toward you, even in a group, that's not random. People naturally turn toward those they feel drawn to. On the other hand, if she closes herself off or angles away, that usually signals disinterest. And then there's the distance factor. Women normally protect their personal space, especially with men they don't like. But when attraction is present, that invisible barrier shrinks. She'll stand a little closer than needed, brush past you or lean in when she talks, even though she could easily stay back. Her body may be saying what her lips won't. I'm drawn to you. Those small invasions of space aren't just random. They're indicators that she feels comfortable and drawn to you. One of the biggest clues? Her hands. Many women, often without realizing, play with their hair, touch their neck, or adjust their clothes when they're around someone they like. It's not necessarily about looking better. More often, it's a release of nervous energy. If she's fidgeting more around you than she does with others, that's her attraction showing up physically. Another subtle sign to watch for is mirroring. If she mimics your movements, crossing her legs when you cross yours, picking up her drink when you do, leaning back when you lean back, that's a subconscious attempt to align herself with you. It's her body's way of saying, we're on the same wavelength. Next, notice her posture. If she's not drawn to you, her posture tends to stay neutral or closed off. But when she likes you, her posture becomes more engaged. She might straighten her back, pull her shoulders back, or subtly arch her spine to look more feminine. These instinctive adjustments happen when attraction is in play. Pay attention to how she reacts to your physical proximity as well. If you step closer and she doesn't pull away or even leans in, that's a clear sign of interest. A woman who's not into you will usually maintain some space, but if she likes you, even if she's trying to hide it, she'll let you closer. Finally, check her feet. It might sound odd, but feet don't lie. In body language, it's said that feet point toward where someone's attention truly lies. If her feet are facing you, even while she's talking to others, that's where her focus is. Here's the truth. Women are masters at hiding their feelings with words, but their bodies are far harder to control. If you pay close attention, her body language will reveal the truth long before her words do. And then there's the accidental jealousy test. When a woman likes you but doesn't want to make it obvious, she might test your reactions with subtle acts of jealousy. She won't outright admit her feelings, but she'll create small scenarios to see how you respond. It might be something like casually mentioning another guy, how funny he is, or how he texted her something interesting. It might seem innocent, but it's actually a covert way of checking how much you care. She's watching you closely, even when it seems like she's not. Every shift in your energy, whether you get irritated, question her, or seem indifferent, captures her attention. Your reaction will tell her exactly how much you care. Another common move? She might flirt in front of you, not overtly, but just enough to provoke a reaction. Maybe she laughs louder at another man's joke or casually touches his arm. Women understand that this triggers something in men, and if she likes you, she wants to see how you'll react, whether you'll show protectiveness or a spark of competition. It's not about the other man, it's about testing how much she affects you. Sometimes the jealousy tests are subtler. She might post a picture on social media that she knows you'll see or casually mention, spending time with someone unfamiliar to you. The goal isn't to replace you, but to spark curiosity and see just how much she matters to you. Why does she do this? It's a psychological thing. Women are wired to seek reassurance about a man's feelings, but without directly asking. If she outright asks, she risks rejection. So, she tests your reaction through jealousy and gets the answer she needs without putting her ego at risk. Here's the crucial part. If you fail the jealousy test, you lose all your power. Overreacting, getting upset, demanding answers, or trying to outdo the other guy will only show your insecurity. It's a major turn-off because it shows you can be easily rattled. On the flip side, if you act completely indifferent, that could backfire too. She might think you're not interested and pull away. The key is balance. Acknowledge her little games, but don't let them shake you. If she mentions another guy, respond calmly with something like, "That's cool, I'm sure he's funny, but I'm hard to beat when it comes to humour." This keeps things light, confident and unbothered, while still showing subtle interest. What women are really looking for is emotional strength. They want to see that you're secure enough not to crumble, but also attentive enough to show that they matter. If you pass this test, you'll become more attractive to her, even if she's still pretending not to care. Now, on to the push-pull game. One of the most confusing things a woman does when she likes you but doesn't want you to know is the push-pull game. This is where she showers you with attention, affection, or subtle signs of interest, only to suddenly pull back and act cold or distant. It might leave you confused, but in truth, it's a strong sign that she's battling her feelings for you. Here's how it typically goes. One moment, she's warm, playful, and fully engaged, laughing, smiling, maybe even touching your arm. You start thinking, okay, she's clearly into me. Then, out of nowhere, she pulls back. That push-pull dynamic? It's her way of testing how you handle mixed signals while she figures out her own emotions. Out of nowhere, she starts pulling away. The replies get shorter, the eye contact less frequent, and the energy shifts. You're left wondering if you imagined the connection you thought you had. But this isn't random. It's the classic push-pull dynamic at play. When a woman is interested but unsure about showing it, she'll pull back. It's her way of testing your consistency. If you panic, chase her, or start questioning her actions, it signals to her that you're emotionally dependent, giving her the upper hand. However, if you stay calm, unbothered, and continue being your authentic self, she'll see that you're not swayed by her mood swings. And that makes you more attractive. But push-pull has another hidden benefit. It builds tension. By keeping you guessing, she keeps you engaged. Think about it. If she were completely predictable, you'd lose interest fast. But when she keeps things uncertain, she creates mystery. And mystery is powerful because it locks your attention on her as you try to figure out what's going on. The push-pull often shows up in communication. One day, she might text you like crazy, and the next, she goes radio silent for hours. Or maybe she cancels plans last minute, only to reschedule with even more energy and attention. To you, it may feel like inconsistency, but for her, it's about seeing if you'll stay grounded no matter what she does. The trick is, many men fail this test by chasing her harder when she pulls away. They think, if I just show more interest, she'll warm up. But in reality, the more you chase, the more power you give her. The right move? Mirror her energy without losing your confidence. If she pulls back, don't lose your cool. Keep living your life. Let her see that you're not dependent on her approval. What she secretly wants is to feel like she's dealing with a man who can't be manipulated by her emotional shifts. If you keep your composure, she'll respect you more. And paradoxically, she'll be drawn back to you faster. So when you notice the push-pull happening, don't take it as rejection. Take it as proof that she's testing your stability. Your response will either build attraction or destroy it. Stay centered, and you'll always come out ahead. Next, let's talk about jealousy, without her admitting it. A woman who likes you might express jealousy in ways that are indirect or subtle because she doesn't want to admit how she feels. She's not going to say, "I'm jealous," directly, because that would expose vulnerability. Instead, she'll show it in more hidden ways that you need to pick up on. Here's how it plays out. Imagine you're talking to another woman, maybe just a friend, a co-worker, or even a random acquaintance. If the woman who secretly likes you notices this, her energy will shift. She may suddenly become quiet, give short responses, or act uninterested in what you're doing. It's her way of hiding the fact that she's feeling competitive, but she doesn't want you to know that she cares. In some cases, she might overcompensate by getting louder, making jokes, or even inserting herself into the conversation to redirect your attention. If she's feeling bolder, she may tease you about the other woman, dropping a sarcastic remark like, "Oh, she seems really into you." But beneath that sarcasm, there's a hint of jealousy. Another sign of hidden jealousy is when she casually mentions other men in front of you. It's almost like a mirror tactic. If she sees you interacting with women, she might bring up a male friend, an ex, or even a celebrity crush. She's not trying to genuinely express interest in these men. She's trying to get a reaction from you. She wants to see if you'll show signs of jealousy because that would signal to her that you care. The key thing to understand is this: jealousy is always tied to desire. If she truly didn't care about you, she wouldn't be bothered by who you talk to, where your attention goes, or who else is in your orbit. Indifference is the real opposite of attraction. So, if you notice her mood shifting when another woman enters the picture, it's a clear sign that she's invested, even if she's doing her best to hide it. Here's where most guys mess up. When they sense jealousy, they either confront her directly, "Are you jealous?" or try to make her even more jealous on purpose. Both moves are risky. If you confront her, she'll likely deny it because she doesn't want to lose control. And if you push too hard with jealousy games, she might think you're manipulative or just not worth her time. The smarter approach is to simply acknowledge her behavior without reacting too much. Stay confident, keep engaging naturally, and don't let her jealousy throw you off balance. By remaining calm, you're showing her that you're secure in yourself, and that will only make her attraction grow stronger. In the end, hidden jealousy is one of the clearest signs of a woman's true feelings. She may not voice it, but her reactions around other women say everything you need to know. Now, let's talk about the mixed signals game. One of the strongest signs a woman likes you but won't admit it is when she sends you mixed signals. This can be the most confusing behavior because it feels like she's leading you in circles. One day, she's warm, flirty, and engaging. The next, she's distant, unavailable, or even a bit cold. This push and pull dynamic isn't random. It's often her way of managing her attraction while maintaining control. Here's why women send mixed signals. It's about vulnerability. When a woman likes you, she feels emotionally exposed. If she makes it too obvious, she risks rejection or losing power. So, instead of showing constant interest, she pulls back and forth, creating moments of connection followed by distance. It's her way of testing the waters to see if you'll stay grounded and confident or start chasing harder. Mixed signals might look like this. She texts you one day, then ignores you the next. She laughs at your jokes and locks eyes with you in person, but later acts distant, as if you're just friends. She compliments you but then says, "Don't get a big head." It's confusing, right? But underneath all of it, there's a strategy at play. She's revealing her attraction slowly, pulling back before it becomes too obvious. The mistake many men make is reacting emotionally. When she's warm, they think she's all in. When she pulls away, they panic, chase harder, or start questioning her intentions. That's the exact reaction that causes men to lose control of the dynamic. Instead of staying calm and steady, they let her emotional shifts determine their behavior. Here's the truth. If she's sending mixed signals, it means she's feeling something, but not ready to fully admit it. If she didn't care, she wouldn't be texting, flirting, or playing the hot and cold game. Mixed signals are a sign she's navigating her emotions, attraction, and fears. So, what should you do? Stop chasing the emotional highs and lows. Create your own consistency. When she's warm, enjoy it without getting attached. When she's distant, don't get upset. Just keep living your life. Stay confident, and she'll likely come back around. The key is to never mirror her inconsistency. Lead by staying steady. Here's the payoff. When she realizes her emotional games don't throw you off, her respect for you skyrockets. She sees you're not like the other men who get hooked by the push and pull. Instead, you become the stable force in her emotional storm. And that stability deepens her attraction. At the end of the day, mixed signals aren't mixed at all. They're just her way of expressing interest while protecting herself. If you can stay calm and read between the lines, you'll see it's not confusion. It's proof that she feels something real. Conclusion. When it comes to women, the truth is simple. They rarely say exactly what they feel up front. Instead, they communicate through subtle cues, hidden signs, and behaviors that only reveal themselves if you know how to read them. The small things, like her looking at you when she thinks you're not paying attention, adjusting her appearance around you, or accidentally brushing against you, aren't random. These are signals. Ways of saying, I like you, but I don't want to make it too obvious. The reason most men miss these signs is because they expect women to be direct. But that's not how attraction works for her. Women operate in nuance, in layers of behaviour that protect their vulnerability while still giving hints about what they want. This is why the men who succeed with women aren't always the richest, the best looking, or the smoothest talkers. They're the ones who can understand the hidden language of attraction without overreacting, without chasing, and without losing their composure. Here's the key takeaway. Stop focusing solely on what a woman says. Pay attention to what she does, her body language, her little shifts, her patterns of attention. These will tell you everything you need to know. And when you notice those hidden signs, don't point them out. Don't get needy. Don't rush. Stay calm. Stay grounded. Let her attraction unfold naturally. Because when you can decode what she's truly showing you, you stop playing her game and you start winning it.